All right. Let's pause on the questions for a second. And I know you've been doing some coaching, but I'm curious, why are you doing some coaching? And just describe like the type of coaching that you're doing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Well, first of all, I owe these coaching experiences entirely to the Mile High 5 podcast because we mentioned it last time. And I think we said something like, yeah, I'm not really ready to do it. But I'll put it on the blog when I am. And then people have been emailing me like, hey, I saw this thing on Doug's podcast and I heard that you might be doing some coaching and you're not ready yet, but do you want to do an early one? And here's my situation. And then just that alone, like the word of mouth through your podcast has kind of kept me busy in this new experience. So for me, the ideal is what I'm thinking for myself would work is to work with about just one person per month. So super casual, even though it's only a few hours of like time we spend together between the emails and a video call or whatever. I feel like one a month is good because I don't want to be like a job, and I also don't want to be tripping over a bunch of people like, oh, you're the guy who has the rental houses and you're the person like, and you have to keep a bunch of people straight.
Yeah.
Like, that would be too focused for me. But yeah, one person a month. And the basic idea is that people present their complete financial picture in a series of emails and we sort it out together. It's inevitably quite chaotic, which is quite interesting. So helping people just get stuff straight is the biggest part of the picture. It's just like, how much assets do you really have? And what is your spending really? And then we talk through their goals. Like some people want to support children. Some people want to have a bigger house. Some people just want to continue their exact same lifestyle. And when you do all that and then figure out, the basic 4% rule stuff on their investments, what's usually happened is people are way better off than they realized because they had sort of partitioned out parts of their wealth and they weren't really thinking about them as something they really own. But like, yeah, that's your money and it counts towards your retirement. So several times people have just been like, well, damn, I guess I can quit right away. And then the problem is they're like, so I'll just do one more year. So you have to there's still like mindset change, even when people have the intellectual understanding that they're like several times more money than they need to retire. So then that's also fun to help people with like that kind of mindset. So, all right, well, we have to try a step, like go down to 4 days a week or change this or change that. And it's just been really interesting on the one-on-one situation to see what people are hung up on. And as an outsider, I've been surprised at how I've been able to see things that these people couldn't see in their own lives. And that makes it really rewarding to me because it's helping people hopefully like lead a better life for the next few decades.
Very cool. You described it pretty well, but I'm curious, and I'll choose your own adventure question for you. So is there anyone who is maybe not a good fit or people that are a very good fit to try to work with you?
Well, I mean, not a good fit would be someone who's already got everything together and they've got tons of money and they're just trying to do like fine tuning some tax strategy. And just to squeeze that last 1 or 2% out, that's not really what I think of the most. So, and I'm not really a tax optimizer too much.
Right.
I've written a few articles on things that I do care about tax-wise, but it's not my primary thing. It's like once you get past the point of enough, then it's time to stop worrying about that.
Okay.
And so the people who benefit most are the ones who have been already accumulated a fair amount of investments and they just need to figure stuff out, or at the same time, it helps when people have maybe spending problems and they want to understand how to get out of these spending problems. But I wouldn't be too much help for someone who's like just starting out and hasn't even built up a confusing mess that needs to be untangled.
Okay, got it.
For those people, you can just read the blog, or join the Bootcamp or whatever, and then follow that stuff as you accumulate. And then hopefully you'll end up pretty well off and not even need a coach to help you sort things out.
Right. Okay, very good. Yeah, it's a good way to let people know like who are the right folks. Quick note, you mentioned the Bootcamp. What is that?
It's the automated series of emails where I took my best blog posts from the last 13 years. There's like 500 plus posts on my blog and I narrowed it down to roughly 52. So you get one of those per week in a sequence that I thought would be pretty useful for people for like starting out and working your way through building up a mindset of getting to be good at money and good at lifestyle stuff.
All right.
So you can find that just by going to my website. There's a join the bootcamp box.
Cool.
And that's I feel like that might even be more people doing that than reading the main website nowadays, because the email list just keeps growing, and it's nice behaviorally to just get stuff once a week.
Right. And like blogging has changed and SEO has changed so much. So yeah, I bet just people signing up and coming through is easier for them to consume anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay. So if people want to learn more about coaching, we'll put a link, but you have a little information on your site, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to push this too much because
Okay.
like
Just everybody be chill. There's only
I'm
12.
not trying to make a job out of it. I'm not saying, and in fact, I would prefer if people can solve their own problems. So, just to let you into my secret, all I'm really going to do is add up the stuff you own and multiply it by 4%. And if that's way more than you're spending, then you're most of the way there already. So start by trying that yourself. But yeah, I put a page that's just like mr1mustache.com/coaching. Mm-hmm. And that's where I've been writing down, I kind of update it as I work through each person to like describe how it works and how I think it works best.
Okay.
So,
you're going to get a flood. You're going to get way more than 12. So I hope you have a good application process.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if people do send a lot of emails, then I'll just hide that page or something.
I was going to say we could do a little experiment where like we won't put the link in, and you'll have to, listener and viewer out there, you'll have to figure it out yourself. So, and then maybe after a month or two,
right?
Well, we can add it in there. We'll see how it goes.
There is the program that Jeremy Schneider started called Nectarine, which is like one of our friends, Eric, is an advisor in that now. And it's like, it's more expensive, but it's still less than a lot of financial advisors would charge. And the structure is very, very good. Like there's no nonsense like sales, commissions, or not even a thing where they try to take a percentage of your money as for managing it. It's more like just a fixed fee for working through your situation with like lots of intensive analysis and graphs and projections, and they're pretty qualified. So Nectarine is probably a good thing for people, if my coaching isn't right for them, because obviously it's not going to be very many people anyway. Nectarine has a big network of people that's always growing, a network of advisors. And so they can scale up to any amount of demand probably.
Yep. And we are an affiliate for Nectarine, and it is like fee only, hourly basis. I think the last time I looked, they were working on like a more comprehensive plan package, which is very useful, especially if you need like some due diligence done. And I mean, I expect most of the time you're going to have to meet with an advisor for a few hours just to like set the baseline, like understand what you're looking for, and they need to check out, your whole portfolio and understand what's going on.
And I think Nectarine might be around $2,500 for like the whole package.
Okay.
I'm not
Which
sure.
is pretty economical, because I know some of them are like $5,000-$6,000 to get a full package like that.
I didn't even know how much all this stuff is, but maybe I should become a Nectarine affiliate, because then I can just get paid for other people doing the coaching.
Yeah, I bet Jeremy would accept you. Yeah, because you will have a flood of people trying to get in there, and it'll be good to have a place that you trust that you could send them.
Yeah, but if you already, we can support the Mile High 5 podcast.
Right on. Cool. If you enjoyed that clip, be sure to check out the other segments of this full interview, and you could check out the playlist. If you really enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel.